Hi friends, welcome to Learning Spark. If you like our videos, please hit the subscribe button of the channel. In this video, we are going to practice Olympiad math questions for class 3 on decimals. So let's get started. Question number 1 is on your screen now. We will go to the answer now. Please feel free to pause the video and answer the question if you have not already. So the answer is 5.67. Let's see the explanation. So we have to convert paisa into rupee. We start with the relationship between rupee and paise. So we know that 1 rupee equal to 100 paise, right? So 1 paise equal to 1 divided by 100 rupee. That means if 1 rupee is divided into 100 parts, each of the part is 1 paise. And 1 divided by 100 can be represented as decimals. Okay, how do we do that? So there are two zeros in 100, two zeros in 100. So if you divide 1 by 100, you write 1 here, and from the right hand side, you go 2 places left. You move 2 places left and put decimals here. Okay, so it becomes 0.01. So 1 paise equal to rupee 0.01. Now in our question it is 567 paise. So 567 paise will be 567 divided by 100, which is, again we will write 567 and start from the extreme right and move 2 positions left, and we put decimals here. Okay, we put the decimal point here because there are 2 zeros in 100. So 5.67 becomes the answer, and which is B. Question number 2 is on your screen now. We will move to the answer now. Please pause and solve if you have not already. So the answer is 2.76. Let's see the explanation. So this is a multiplication of decimal point numbers. So how do we start this? We first ignore the decimal points, okay, and make it a multiplication of 23 and 12. Ignore the decimal numbers and make a multiplication of 23 into 12. It becomes 276. Okay, the next step is we put the decimal points. Please note that in 2.3 the decimal point is 1 place towards the left. Okay, starting from the extreme right, it is 1 place towards the left. In the second number 1.2, the decimal point here also is 1 place towards the left. Starting from the extreme right, it is 1 place towards the left. So when we are multiplying these two numbers, in the final result, what would be the place of the decimal point? It would be 1 plus 1, 2 places left, 2 places left from the right. Okay, so it is basically the summation of this two places. It is 2.76 because it is from the right hand side we move 2 places left and we put the decimal sign here. Okay, so that is the answer. Question number 3 is on your screen now. So we will go to the answer now. Please feel free to pause and solve. The answer is 7.4. Okay, let's go to the explanation. Okay, so we have to add some number with 5.6 to make it double of 6.5. So let's start with finding out what is double of 6.5. Okay, what is double of 6.5? So 6.5's double is 6.5 into 2. So in the previous sum also we have seen what this is, a multiplication of decimal numbers. So we will ignore the decimal point first. So it will become 65 into 2. Okay, 65 into 2, which is 130. 130. And then we will put the decimal point. Okay, it is one place towards the left. From the right, it is one place towards the left. And this is, there's no decimal point here, so it is 0 place towards the left. So 1 plus 0 equal to 1. So in the final answer also, the decimal point will be 1 place towards the left. From the right, 1 place towards the left. Okay, and so it makes 13. Okay, the 130 becomes 13 when you do that. Alright, so then the question becomes, what number should be added to 5.6 to make it 13, right? So it's simply 13 minus 5.6. Okay, so the next step is 13 minus 5.6, and this is a subtraction of decimal numbers. Okay, and how do we do that? We first of all, in the decimal points, we put below one another. So in 13 there is no decimal point. You can represent 13 as 13.0. okay, because after decimal point 0 doesn't have a value, 0 doesn't have a significance. So 13.0 and 13 is the same number, there's no change. So you can write it as 13.0, and this is 5.6. Now you can subtract it, you know, ignoring the decimal point, you can subtract it as a normal subtraction. So see here, you know, it is 10 minus 6 equal to 4. You borrow 1 from here, 10 minus 6 equal to 4, and since you have borrowed from this 13 becomes 12, so 12 minus 5 equal to 7. Okay, and then at the end you put the decimal point here exactly at the same column, at the same line of this 2 decimal point. Okay, you put it here and you get the answer, which is 7.4. okay, so two rules about the subtraction or the addition of decimal points. One is the decimal points have to be exactly below one another. Okay, this has to be exactly below or above one another. And second is you can fill spaces in the right by zeros after the decimal. So if there is a decimal here, you can add number of zeros over here, or you can add number of zeros after the number. 0 doesn't matter. Okay, the number still remains the same. You can put number of zeros over here. Okay, so these 2 points, if you remember, you should be able to do any addition or subtraction of decimal points. Question number 4 is on your screen now. Okay, let's go to the answer now. Please feel free to pause and solve. So the answer is 42.005 kilometer. Okay, let's see why. So the answers have to be in kilometer. Okay, that's the question says that it has to be converted into kilometer. Now you see there are two parts of this number. Okay, one is 42 kilometer, one is 5 meter. 42 kilometer is already there in kilometer. It's already in kilometer, so it stays as it is. There's no change required. Kilometer to kilometer, no change. But 5 meter you have to convert into kilometer. Okay, and let's convert it into kilometer. What is the relationship between a kilometer and meter? 1 kilometer equal to 1000 meter. So 1 meter will be 1 divided by 1000 kilometer. Okay, which is 0.001 kilometer. Again, the same rule, we have done it in the previous sums as well. If there are 3 zeros, right? If there are 3 zeros, then it moves 3 places towards the left. So 1, 2, 3, and that gives us 0.001 kilometer. Okay, so similarly here we have to convert 5 meter into kilometer. So we start with 5, we divide 5 by 1000. Okay, and we have to convert it into decimal points, so we write 5 and then 3 places we move left. Okay, because there are 3 zeros, so 1 2 3, and we get 0.005 kilometer. Okay, so now we have got 42 kilometer and the first part, and the second part was in meter. Now we have converted into kilometer, which is 0.005 kilometer. So both are in kilometer. You can add these two now. Okay, and it becomes 42.005 kilometer, and that's our answer. Question number 5 is on your screen now. We will move to answer now. Okay, so the answer is 12.4. Let's see the answer. Let's see the explanation. See, this is a addition question for decimal point numbers. Okay, so we discussed in the previous questions that there are two rules that we have to remember for any addition or subtraction problems. So the first rule is that the decimal points have to be exactly below one another, and second is if there are spaces in the right, you can fill it up by zeros. Okay, let's see how it looks when we apply it in this sum. So 10 doesn't have a decimal point, it's a full number. It becomes 10.00 because after decimal point 00 doesn't have any significance. It is basically the same number. 10.00 means 10. So this we can write it as 10.00 because it will be easy for us then to add these numbers. Second number is 2.06, so we have written 2.06, and third is 0.34, we have written 0.34. And please notice that these three decimals are at the same line, okay, same column. It's below and above one another. Okay, so this is the first point. And second point is we have filled spaces at the right by 0, which is this two zeros, we have filled them. Now it is very easy for us to do this addition. We will just do normal addition. Just ignore this decimal and do normal addition. Okay, 6 plus 4 10, 0, 1 carry over. Now 3 plus 1 becomes 4. Okay, here 2 plus 0 becomes 2, and this is only 1, so it comes down. So total 12.40. And as we have said already that this 0 doesn't have any significance. It is basically not changing the number. If you remove this 0 also, the number remains same. So 12.40 is basically same as 12.4. Okay, and here we have 12.4 as one answer. So this is the answer. Question number 6 is on your screen now. We will go to the answer now. So the answer is 345.23. Let's see why. So you have to convert centimeter to meter. Again, we start with the relationship between meter and centimeter. We know that 1 meter equal to 100 centimeter, and therefore 1 centimeter equals to 1 divided by 100 meter. That means if you are dividing the meter into 100 equal parts, each of the part will be 1 centimeter. 1 by 100 you have to then convert into decimal point, and we have already learned that there are two zeros, so it moves two places, from the right, so 1 2, and it becomes 0.01, right? So 0.01 meter equal to 1 centimeter. Now we have to convert 34523 centimeter to meter. Okay, so we start with 34523, this number, we divide it by 100. Okay, to convert it to meter, and then we write 34523 and then we put the decimal point. How do we put the decimal point? We start from the extreme right and we move 2 places left. Why 2? Because there are 2 zeros in 100, so we move 2 places left. Okay, and this becomes our answer, 345.23 meter. Okay, this is the answer. Question number 7 is on your screen now. Okay, we will go to the answer now. Feel free to pause and solve. The answer is 1 by 100. Okay, let's see why it is that. All right, so you see we have taken all the answers over here and we have checked, we have converted them into decimal. Okay, so for example 1 by 10, 1 by 10 becomes 0.1. Okay, because there's 1 0, so we move to one place towards the left, becomes 0.1. 1 by 100, it becomes 0.01. Okay, we move 2 places towards the left because 100 has 2 zeros. Similarly, if it is 2 by 100, then we write 2 and we move 2 places towards the left, so it becomes 0.02. And if it is 5 by 10, we write 5 and then we move 1 place, because there's 1 0, we move 1 place towards the left, which becomes 0.5. Okay, so we have converted this. Now which one is bigger, which one is smaller? Okay, when we go into that, when we consider that, we need to remember the rule is that if there is more the more zeros between decimal point and the number, lesser the decimal is. So for example here, this is decimal point, this is the number 1. Okay, there is nothing in between. Okay, and but for this number, there is a decimal point and there is a 1, there is 1 0 in between. Okay, so this number is surely lesser than this number. This number is lesser than this number. Okay, and this number and then 0.02 will be greater than 0.01 because this is 2 and this is 1. Okay, so this will be greater than this, right? And 0.5 will be greater than 0.1 because this is 5 and this is 1, and both has no zeros in between. Correct? So if we want to arrange it in, say, descending order, right, which one it will be the greatest of this, which one will be the largest of this decimal points? 0.5 will be the largest, and then will come 0.1, then will come 0.02, which has 1 0 in between, so it is definitely less than this two number, and then comes 0.01, which is the lowest. It is even less than 2, 1 is less than 2, and both has zeros in the inside the decimal and the number. So 0.01 is the least number here. Okay, and our question is that which fraction is lesser than 0.02. So we can see from here that lesser than 0.02 is only there is one fraction, which is 0.01, and 0.01 means 1 by 100. So this is 1 by 100. This is the number. This is our answer. Question number 8 is on your screen now. Okay, we will go to the answer now. Please feel free to pause and solve if you have not already. So the answer is 11.2. Let's go to the explanation. So first you see that there are two whole number 6 and 5, and then there is a fraction. So let's first see what is the value of that fraction. The fraction is 20 by 100. 20 by 100 equal to, you first write 20, and again from the right hand side you come 2 places. Okay, as we have learned earlier, because we are dividing 20 by 100. Fraction is basically division, nothing else. So we are dividing 20 by 100, and therefore the division, the rule of division that we have learned earlier will apply. 0.20, and 0.20 means that zero point 0.2, because this 0 basically keeps the number same, it doesn't change the number. Okay, so 0.2, right? So then it becomes simple. 6 plus 5 equal to 11, and 11 plus 0.2 becomes 11.2, and that's your answer. Okay, you can alternatively do it, add them like a what the you can apply the rules of decimal addition as well. So in that case you will do 6.0, and you will write 5 as 5.0, and you will write this number as 0.2, and then you can add again, but you will get the same answer in this case also. Question number 9 is on your screen now. We will go to the answer now. Please feel free to pause and solve. So the answer is 259.5. Let's see the explanation. So first of all, it says, the sum says that I have rupees 340. I have bought two toys, right? And the price of each toy is also given, 40.25, and then it says how much money is left with me. Okay, so if we have bought two toys and the price of toys is given, let's find out how much have we spent together, right? So the price of two toys is 40.25 into 2, which is 80.5. Again we apply the rule of multiplication of decimals. Okay, so you can again, I'm just repeating this. 40.25, you can ignore the decimal, so it becomes 4025, and you just multiply it by 2, so it becomes 8050. Okay, so 8050, then we start putting the decimal, and here the decimal is two places left, and here there is no decimal at all. So in the final answer also, the decimal will be two places towards the left, starting from extreme right, two places towards the left, 1 2, so it becomes 80.5. Okay, 80.5, and that's the price of two toys. Now we have got 340 and we have spent 80.5. So how much have we got with me, or left with me, is the subtraction of this two, 340 minus 80.5. Okay, and how do we do the subtraction? Again, following those two rules, right? One is the decimal points will be exactly below or above one another, and then if there is any buffer, any place that is left after decimal, we can fill it up with 0 if it is at the extreme right. Okay, and we have done that because 340 doesn't have any decimal point, so we have just kept a decimal point and just kept a 0 here so that we can subtract it easily. Okay, and now we do the subtraction. So this becomes 10, borrowing 1 from here, it becomes 10. So 10 minus 5 equal to 5. Okay, and since it borrowed from here, this 0 becomes 9. Okay, the 0 again borrows 1 from here, becomes 10, and then it becomes 9. So 9 minus 0 equal to 9, and since it borrowed from here, this becomes 3, and 3 again becomes 13 because 8 is more than 3. So 13 minus 8 is 5, and finally this borrowed from here, so this is 2, so 2 becomes 2 because there's nothing else, so it comes down. So 259.5 is the final answer. Okay, and B is the final answer. Question number 10 is on your screen now. We will go to the answer now. The answer is 5.55. Let's see why. So Millie bought 10 bananas and total is 55.5, right? So how much is the cost of each banana? So this is simple division, right? The total of 10 is 55.5. Each banana costing equal. So each banana will cost 555.5 divided by 10. The only thing is, how do we convert into decimal point? Okay. How do we convert into decimal point? So we have already learned that if we are dividing by a number which has 10, if it is a 10 or 100 or 1000, based on number of zeros, the decimal point will move. So here we are dividing by 10, which has 10. So the final answer, the decimal point will move one place towards the left. Now you see that in this number, the decimal point is already towards 1 plus left, right? Starting from extreme right, it is already towards 1 plus left. Okay, and then it will move again 1 plus left. Okay, so it will move again and it becomes 5.55 then. Okay, it moves 2 places total. 5.55 becomes the answer. Okay, so C is the answer. Hi friends, if you like this video, please press on the like button and please do not forget to share it with your friends. For more such videos, press on the subscribe button of the channel and then press on the bell icon to get notified. Thank you.